Throughout their time in India, the British were in a continual state of war with the fiercely independent tribes along their northwest frontier. An extraordinary regiment was raised to deal with them. It was named the Corps of Guides, and its headquarters were here, at Mardan. Composed entirely of native volunteers, Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims, and led by a handful of specially selected British officers, it wrote some of the most glorious chapters in the annals of military history. In 1865, I had the honor to be commandant, which was when this story really began.
छोटा बच्चा क्या कर रहा है इधर?
Keep him here.
Sir.
There's a birth certificate here, sir.
Let's see.
It's unbelievable.
Pelham-Martyn, Pelham-Martyn.
Pocketbook?
I knew his brother very well. He'll have a good man.
What's this?
Some sort of good luck charm, I suppose. You better have that back. I fancy he's going to need it. There's no doubt about it, Geoffrey. This brat from the bazaar is the son of Hilary and Isabel Pelham-Martyn. How the hell he managed to survive the mutiny, I don't know.
Yes, Ash Baba, we are playing a game. That your name is Ashok and that you are my true son. What is your name, my son?
Ashok.
Yes.
बच गए हुजूर। जान बची और लाखों पाए हुजूर।
Well, young sir, like it or lump it, you're going to be shipped back to London and licked into shape.
Amazing country, Pelham-Martyn.
Isn't it, Garforth? Don't you think we've been cooped up in this compartment long enough for us to be on Christian name terms, by the way?
I like that. Mine's George.
Ashton, commonly known as Ash.
I do hope you won't be too bored out here, dear.
Bored? In India, Mrs. Harlow. However could she be?
Belinda's just had her first season in London, Mrs. Vickery.
Well, that must have been fun, being presented at court.
Yes, it was at first. But after 3 months of parties and dances, meeting the same silly girls and the same stuck-up young men night after night, quite honestly, I couldn't wait to get back here.
There's gratitude for you, after all the money that Papa spent on you.
Will your husband be meeting the train, Mrs. Harlow?
Oh, lass, no. The frontier regiments are preparing for the autumn manoeuvres.
Mine can't get away either.
Oh, I didn't realize he was in the army.
He's not, Mrs. Harlow. He's a forestry officer.
Oh.
Army?
Corps of Guides, as a matter of fact.
I say.
Yes, the regiment more or less adopted me as a boy.
Oh, you're a lucky devil.
I can't say I appreciated it at the time, being shipped home and drilled into conformity.
Ah, all the same.
What's your line?
Oh, me? I'm to be the assistant under-manager of the Peshawar branch of Brown and McDonald's. A box swallow to you. The dregs of Anglo-Indian society.
You said it, not me.
I do not die, Pyara. I rest only and wait to be reborn. And in that next life, if the gods are kind, it may be that we shall meet again. Yes, surely, even though you're not my son, but the son of an Angrez, a sahib.
There you are.
Oh, Hugh. How lovely to see you. Where's Araminta?
Presenting the prizes at some wretched pony club gymkhana.
Hello, Uncle Hugh.
Why, Belinda, I wouldn't have known you.
Isn't it wonderful what a season in London can do?
This is Edith Vickery. She's traveling with us to Peshawar, my Uncle Hugh.
Hugh Chiverton, Indian Civil Service.
Ah, here's Mr. Garforth, Mr. Pelham-Martyn. We met on the boat.
Gentlemen.
How do you do? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
They're going on to Peshawar with us, too.
You must all come and dine with us before you leave.
Ashok!
Yes, yes, thank you. Would you excuse me?
Sorry. Sorry.
But it's a native.
Extraordinary behavior.
Why didn't anyone tell me you would be here?
Because nobody knew. I just asked the commandant for some leave, and I came here without telling anybody.
Well, how did you recognize me? Mind you, you haven't changed since we were boys together. Look at you. How's your father? Is he well?
Ah, yes, he flourishes. But see who I've brought for you. A bearer. His name is Gulbaz.
Salam, sir.
Salam Gulbaz.
Go and seek out the sahib's luggage.
Yes, and the mem subs too. Oh, damn.
Lady Fairclough.
What's this about Polly Fanshaw's latest escapade? Do tell.
Yes, do tell.
Well, you know Polly. She simply flung herself at the poor boy's head. Of course, it all came out, and he had to resign as ADC.
I'm fearfully sorry about this morning, Belinda.
Please don't apologize. We managed wonderfully well without you, didn't we, Mamma?
Yes. Thanks to dear Mr. Garforth.
Oh, my pleasure, ma'am.
Pelham-Martyn. You aren't any relation to the Dorset Pelham-Martyns, I suppose?
Sir Matthew is my uncle, sir.
Is he? Is he really?
Old Ash here is an orphan, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't you know? No, he was telling me a bit about it on the train from Bombay. And not only that, he was rescued from the mutiny by his Hindu foster mother. And they had the most tremendous adventures together. Of course, that was before he fetched up in the guise.
Put a sock in it, George, will you?
Oh, no, go on. It sounds marvelously romantic.
Furthermore, it proves my point. There are some good Indians.
The problem is finding them.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Joking apart, with the best will in the world, well, one simply can't feel the same about them since the mutiny.
But it can't happen again. Don't you agree?
I think that rather depends upon us.
Providing we treat them justly, there's no reason for them to rise against us again. That's what you mean, isn't it?
Not exactly. I mean, it's their country.
I say, steady on, old chap.
Well, be fair, George. We stole it from them.
And a damn good job, considering the hash they made of running the place before we did.
Pelham Sahib?
Zareen. For this one night, let me be Ashok again.
Shahzada.
Bye.
Come, sit, sit.
Well, safe journey. I hope you won't be too uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sure we'll survive.
I must say, I dread it.
You're such a stick in the mud, Mama.
And you young fellows, be sure and look us up next time you find yourselves in Delhi.
Oh, I'll look forward to that, sir.
Dangerous young man, that.
Just young. They'll knock all that nonsense out of him in the guide.
I shall see you in Medan.
Yes.
interesting young man.
Ashton? Very.
It's too unusual for my taste. Mr. Garforth now. He's a truly handsome man and such charm.
Sure he spends a lot of time in front of his looking glass, though.
I shouldn't wonder.
It's too bad he's in trade.
I saw you coming out of that mosque with your Pathan chum. In fact, I'd have given the game away if Edith Vickery hadn't dug me in the ribs.
Or perhaps she thought it was none of your damn business.
My dear fellow, you can do whatever you like, go to hell in your own way, but you're not in England now, you're back in India. And if you don't play the game according to the rules, nobody knows where they are.
Don't be such a pompous prig, George. My Hindu foster mother, Sita, thought that all Pathans were barbarians.
Robbers, murderers and cattle thieves.
Yes, who lead me into bad ways. She fought tooth and nail with Koda Dad.
Who's Koda Dad when he's at home?
Zarin's father, the master of horse at Gulkot. When I began to work as servant to the Prince Lalji, Sita and I lived with him for several years. He treated me like his own son.
How interesting.
Well, of course, he was a Muslim. But eventually, Sita and he hammered out a compromise. I was brought up a Hindu one week and a Muslim the next. Oh, but on Fridays, I was always a Muslim.
How did you manage?
Oh, I let it all wash over me. When I really wanted to pray, don't laugh, I prayed to the mountains.
I'm not laughing.
Sounds to me like the most unsatisfactory upbringing.
Not very British.
Sounds fascinating to me.
This is where Ash says goodbye.
I'm afraid so. May I call on you?
But of course.
But with all the unpacking and settling in.
Well, perhaps next month.
Oh, I doubt whether you'll get leave before Christmas, but look us up then.
I'll do that. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Pelham-Martyn.
Goodbye and good luck, Ash.
Thank you.
Bye, Ashton.
Bye.
Don't think I won't take advantage of your absence, given half a chance.
Why, Mr. Garforth.
You're looking for someone?
The adjutant.
You found him. And a thankless task he's got, if I say so myself. Wigram Batty.
Ashton Pelham-Martyn.
Good Lord, yes, expecting you. Forgotten all about you. Now, what was the first name?
That was the adjutant.
Well, Pelham-Martyn, bit of a curate's egg, isn't it? Your report from the Royal Military Academy. First rate in parts. They seem to detect a streak of wildness in you. Well, that could be no bad thing out here, provided it's kept in check.
I'd say your biggest problem will be to resist getting over familiar with your men. It's immaterial whether they like you or not. Their lives, and yours for that matter, depend upon your earning their respect. End of pie jaw. You've a look of your uncle.
Did you know him, sir?
Yes. We were at Delhi Ridge together, along with Wigram's brother Quintin.
Hell of a good soldier, your uncle. Hell of a nice man. Dismissed your troop, Ash.
Well done, Ashton. Shabash. Reload.
अफजल मियां, मैं आपको एक बात सुनाता हूँ क्योंकि उसको वहीं रहना था उसके साथ हमने नहीं जाना था तो ये बात थी पूरी
Accused admits that while on sentry duty, he mistook the missionary for a horse thief and fired at him. Fortunately, he missed. Detachment commander sentence, subject to confirmation, 15 days loss of pay and detention.
Do you accept that?
Yes, Colonel San.
Very well. Sentence confirmed. Dismiss.
Sir. Right. 10. Quick. March.
As a matter of interest, Ashton, how did you arrive at that?
2 days for firing at the missionary, sir. The rest for bad marksmanship.
Thank you, Lieutenant. We shall have to watch that young man.
His men think the world of him. They'd follow him anywhere.
Very good. Let's hope he never has to choose between them and us.
Oh, come, sir. Just because he was born out here, dozens of us were.
Yes, but we weren't brought up to believe we were Indian until we were 11. That's the difference.
Lord, forgive 3 sins that are due to my human limitations. Thou art everywhere, but I worship thee here. Thou art without form, but I worship thee in these forms. Thou needest no praise, yet I offer thee these prayers and salutations. Lord, forgive 3 sins that are due to my human limitations.
What are these?
They're called chatris. They're sort of symbolic tombs raised on the spot where the body of an important Hindu has been burned. The really ornate ones usually signify that his wives have become sati.
Sati?
Were burned alive with him.
Oh, horrible.
Oh, I don't know. If you believe you have several lives, why not terminate one a bit early? Actually, it's considered a very devout act, conferring great honor on all concerned.
It's barbaric.
It's history. We've abolished it. Anyway, I have something much more immediate for you to worry about. How many dances are you going to give me tonight?
Depends
On what?
on how I feel and what the competition is.
It is all rather grand, but must say I feel a bit like a fish out of water.
Why do you say this?
Well, I've just gone away to rejoin the regiment, actually.
Well, where is your regiment?
It's in, madame.
If you're going to talk to me, look at me.
I beg your pardon, but I just daren't take my eyes off Belinda, otherwise gorgeous George will pinch her for the next dance.
Now's your chance. I'll take care of gorgeous George.
Thank you. Thank you. Belinda.
Do I know you?
Mr. Ashton, Pelham-Martyn, Sir Ambrose Potmore-Smythe.
Sir.
Delighted. Evening, Edith.
Good evening, Sir Ambrose.
Husband in the back of beyond, as usual.
I'm afraid so.
Back again, eh, Garforth?
To claim your dance.
What?
How nice.
Oh. Well, mine, I think.
Pray don't concern yourselves about me.
Let's sit this one out. Did Edith put you up to that?
Certainly not. She volunteered.
Poor George.
Yes, he was a bit miffed, wasn't he?
There's no need to look so pleased about it.
I hate him dancing with you.
He's only had one dance. You've had 4.
I hate anyone dancing with you, come to that.
Well, that's very unfair of you. But very sweet.
Mrs. Harlow, may I have the next dance?
Thank you.
Whatever else you are, be just. Do as you would be done by. That means you must never be unfair to anyone. Never. Not under any circumstances. Not to anyone. That's almost all I can remember my father saying to me. Mind you, he was pretty much out of his depth, poor man. My mother died when I was born, you see. Sita was my wet nurse in any case, and I rather suspect he was thankful that she and the other servants more or less adopted me. It absolved him from having to do anything except harangue me occasionally. But then he got cholera. The whole camp did. Sita and I were the only ones to survive. That's how she became my foster mother. She built a hedge of thorns around our tent to keep away the sick. Held me in her arms and sang to me. I can still hear the sound of hyenas and jackals quarreling and snarling over the dead. And the croaking and flapping of gorged vultures in the trees.
Then you had to escape from the Indian mutiny.
I think you'd better let me have another dance before I get thoroughly maudlin. Wouldn't you say? Come. I never liked snakes much, ever since they tried to kill Prince Lalji with one.
Who tried to kill him?
The old Raja's second wife, with the help of a sadistic courtier named Bijou Ram. She wanted her own son on the throne, Nandu. Luckily, I unwittingly foiled her plan.
So you stopped them?
Yes, a couple of times. So, of course, they decided to kill me. We had to run for our lives.
You and what's her name?
Sita.
And of course you could never go back, even if you'd wanted to.
Not while anyone who would remember me is still alive. Come along. This is a wonderful tradition here. It's meant to bring you lots of luck if you've had a good day. Let's get 2 on this time. As many as your shoulder can bear. My foster mother, Sita, told me about a valley in the mountains. I suppose it must have been her home, where she was born. We were going to go there, build a house, plant fruit trees, keep a cow and a goat. Trouble is, she never told me where it was.
You poor dear. You have had a life and a half, haven't you?
Permission refused.
But I'm perfectly able to support a wife.
You may be perfectly able to support a whole damned harem, for all I care. But you still can't get married without my permission, and I've no intention of giving it to you before you're 30.
May I ask why, sir?
Because that's how long it takes you to learn your trade. Good God, boy. You should be thankful to have another few years before you saddle yourself with petticoats and perambulators. However, if you insist on playing husbands and fathers, I am prepared to accept your resignation from the Guards.
But that's not fair, sir.
It may not be fair, but it's the only choice you'll get. And while you're thinking about it, you may take your troop and collect the taxes that the Borry villagers have seen fit to withhold. Be ready to leave in an hour. The adjutant will give you the details.
Sir!
Bit of a tough one for his first time out, isn't it?
Do him good. After all that poodle faking. All right. Give him Zareen Khan, in case he gets into trouble.
Very good, sir.
देखो वो घोड़े वाला आ रहा है हाँ
सरदार वो आ रहा है
Salam, Sahib.
I'm come to collect the taxes that you owe the government of India. You will no doubt wish to see my authorization. Here it is.
तुम बहादुर भी हो, लेकिन बेवकूफ भी।
Not half as foolish as you will be if you use that thing. Tell your people to throw down their arms.
अपने हथियार फेंक दो। फेंक दो!
Pay your taxes when they are due in future. You should not be let off so lightly next time. Zarin Khan?
वालेकुम सलाम।
अरे उस तरफ है सब
ठीक है उधर तो ठीक है।
अच्छा ये उस रास्ता है
बहुत अच्छा है उधर उधर सब कुछ ठीक हो गया है।
Good morning, Saab.
Hello, Gulbaz.
I brought you the mail.
Usual bloody rubbish, is it?
Except there is a personal one.
Good. It's impossible. Gulbaz, saddle my horse immediately.
अफसर, अवाल, अजीज,
तुम्हें मालूम है
तुम भी जाओ।
Ashton, what are you doing here?
Is it true that you are to be married?
You shouldn't have come. Abdul shouldn't have let you in.
Are you going to marry this Podmore, what's his name?
If you mean Sir Ambrose Podmore Smythe, yes. Not that it's any of your business.
You were in love with me.
Just because I let you kiss me once. A gentleman would have forgotten that, not tried to use it to his advantage.
Are you trying to pretend that you're in love with a man who's old enough to be your father?
He's not. How dare you say that? He's a man of the world, someone I can rely upon and look up to. Not some silly, callow boy. I'm sorry, Ashton, but it makes me wild when people say things like that. Ambrose understands me. He's kind and generous, and everybody says he's bound to become a governor. He might even become viceroy.
Then he must be rich.
Why, yes, he is. And he gives me such lovely presents. Look.
I suppose I've been doing it, too. Inventing what I wanted like poor old George.
Don't you mention that name in this house. We've just found out the truth about him.
What are you talking about?
His mother was a half-caste.
Does that matter?
Well, of course it matters. I don't think I'm going to wait until someone else finds out and makes us a laughing stock. I shall tell everyone I suspected it all along and trapped him into admitting it.
Thank you.
Oh. Go on, Edith. Why didn't you have one?
George, don't you think you've had enough?
You know, Edith, you're the only person here worth talking to.
Good morning, Mrs. Vickery. Ash. Hello, George.
Forgive me, I have to meet my husband for lunch.
Well, Mrs. Vickery? I envy him. Your husband. Ash, you're the one person I want to talk to. We must
Sit down,
talk.
for
No, we
God's
must
sake.
talk. Not here, please.
Come on, you clown, before they throw you out. Let's have some coffee.
You bloody snobs! Sitting around here listening?
Come on, have some more.
God, what am I going to do?
Well, don't tell me you too thought you were engaged to Belinda.
Oh, I never really stood a chance. I don't have any money. I suppose that's why I told her all those stories about my rich relations.
I never thought she'd take it that way if she found out.
Found out what?
My mother was a half-caste. Illegitimate. The daughter of a bazaar woman.
Who cares what your mother was or wasn't? You're you, aren't you?
Oh, Ash, you'll never understand. You don't know what it's like. No one in there spoke to me. Except Mrs. Vickery. The rest just looked and whispered and sniggered.
That's because you were as drunk as a skunk. No one need hear anything if you don't lose your head and you keep quiet.
Oh, you really think so? You really think it won't get out? I don't think I could bear it if it did. If it does, Ash, honestly now, Ash, if it does, what would you do if you were me?
I'd shoot myself. Come on, George.
Yes, right. What has happened is a stain upon the honor of your company. It is the judgment of this panchayat that you remove every article of equipment and uniform that is the property of the corps, and that you should return it to the quartermaster, and that you should not let us see your faces again until you have returned with the stolen rifles. Now go.
Body, left, turn. Quick, march.
Dismiss the parade!
Parade dismissed!
He can't do this.
It's been decided according to custom.
What's it got to do with them? It's not their fault.
They belong to the same clan.
At umpteen removes.
It's a question of honor. Dillashaw let his clan down.
His own kin will be able to read his mind. Picked up his trail, and in a couple of days or so, they'll be back with the rifles.
Thus saving their honor and ours. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong is they've been punished and publicly disgraced for something that had nothing to do with them. It's simply not fair.
That's enough. This need never have happened.
If you'd gone after the culprit straight away instead of chasing off to harass some wretched girl who's had the great good sense to decide to marry someone else, so don't come exhibiting your bleeding heart to me.
But, sir, it's downright unjust.
If it's justice you want, you can do a month's duty as orderly officer for damned impertinence, gross incompetence, and sheer sentimentality.
Large whiskey.
Say, have you heard the news about that fellow Garforth?
No, and I don't want to.
I know he was your rival, but aren't you being a bit callous? Personally, I found it quite a shock.
To hear he's a half-caste.
Was he? You sure? He didn't look it.
Then what are you talking about?
Well, it seems he bought a couple of bottles of brandy from the club the other afternoon, went home, drank them both.
Doesn't surprise me.
And then he blew his brains out. I had it on good authority from Billy Craddock. Had no idea why.
I told him.
Shoot! Here I say, you can't talk like that in the mess, Ashton. If you must spout filth, go and do it somewhere else, will you?
Very well. I'm going.
What a silly young ass. I'll see somebody gives them a talking to in the morning.
We don't want you. You cannot live as one of us, son.
Did I not live as one of you for 7 years?
This is not your quarrel, Ashok.
I am your blood brother, Zarin.
Akbar! Who is it? Zarin.
Zarin Khan?
Yes.
What do you want? Why are you here?
Where is Dillashaw?
Dillashaw?
Yes. Dilasha Khan. Where is he?
Dilasha Khan.
We've come for our rifles.
चलो 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 चलो
Ashok!
I'm all right. Get those bloody rifles.
Go in!
Excuse me, sir.
What do you want, Victor?
There they are, sir. Sorry we took so long.
Are the others with you?
Oh, yes, sir. All except Afzal.
He's dead.
And Dilasa Khan?
He's dead, too. I hope they're worth it. That's a high price to pay for anything.
For honor?
Honor. May I go, sir?
Let's get him to his quarters.
I suppose you'll have to be court-martialed. Seems a pity. After all, when you come to think of it, it was a damn fine show. I've been talking to Awal Shah and Zarin about it.
So oddly enough am I. And if you're playing devil's advocate, you're wasting your time. Why do you think we're here?
Now, as I understand it, this young, what's his name?
Pelham-Martyn.
This young man took it upon himself to go chasing after some stolen carbines.
He felt that his friends had been unfairly disgraced.
Never mind what he felt. What he did was to go absent without leave for the best
But he
part
recovered the rifles.
And created a frontier legend in the process.
Insubordinate young bastard.
Adrian?
I'm bound to say it sounds as though he has to be court-martialed. If only to encourage the others.
And they'll cashier him. Or I'll know the reason why.
Sir, you have to keep order in this part of the world. And the way things are going in Afghanistan, General, it seems to me that you may have to mount a campaign any day now.
Let's stick to the subject of Pelham-Martyn, can we?
I am, sir. The most useful thing you can possibly have is information, early and accurate information. And that's why young Pelham-Martyn is far too valuable to be thrown away.
No other corps would say a good word for him.
We're not like any other corps, sir. We were formed to gather trustworthy intelligence beyond as well as within our borders.
Exactly so. And if one of our officers can spend that amount of time on the other side of the border without being spotted as an Englishman or shot as a spy, then he's too bloody useful to lose, and that's it and all about it.
Adrian?
I'm convinced, sir.
Yes, so I believe am I. Of course, I wouldn't dream of going against your advice, General.
But what are we going to do with him? We can't just let him stay on as though nothing had happened, can we?
No, of course not. The sooner he leaves Madan, the better. Personally, I should like to see him transferred to another unit for a couple of years, preferably a British one where he can cool his heels for a bit and mix with his own people for a change.
He needs to get right away from the frontier and his Pathan friends until he's needed.
Life with its ways before us lies. Christ is the path and Christ the prize.
Amai si Manuel Gulbas.
Thy guide, lean and his mercy will provide. Lean and the trusting soul shall prove. Christ is its life and Christ its love. Faint not nor fear his arms on.
Hello. Are you the chap who's been billeted here?
Ashton Hillary Pelham-Martyn.
Mouthful, isn't it? Walter Richard Pollock Hamilton. I'll call you Ash.
Well, most people do. I think I'll call you Wally.
So far, so fairly painless. You're in the Guides. I'm only in the 70th foot myself. Still, one has to start somewhere.
70th foot? That was Wellington's regiment, wasn't it?
Good Lord, no, that was the 33rd. Black mark for the beak who taught you history.
Lay hold on life and it shall be.
You're in fine fettle.
Well, that just goes to show. I'm broken-hearted, actually.
Why is that?
I met the love of my life on shipboard.
You too.
Would you like a drink?
Yes, thanks.
She's a lovely girl. 16. Figure like an hourglass. And hair the color of ripe corn. And eyes like a summer sky. She led me on through the entire voyage. And then 2 days out of Bombay, she passed me over for some old fart in the political department. Geriatric. 30 if he was a day. Can you beat it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I can.
Really? What was the name of your belle dame sans merci?
Belinda.
Belinda. Difficult. Never mind, I shall commit her to poetry.
Belinda Harlow, if that helps.
Not a lot. Still, let's see.
Come on, admit it, you're beaten.
Absolutely not. The muse has finally come through. A fellow with more dash than cash thought his courting was proving a smash. The beastly Belinda burnt his hopes to a cinder, but couldn't demoralize Ash.
Bayonets British other ranks for the use of 600.
Right.
Bayonet scabbards ditto, 600.
Right.
Bayonet frogs ditto, 60.
We've gone a bit adrift there, haven't we?
You horrible little man. Now, where are these other 540 bayonets gone, eh? Where are they?
Very sorry, sir.
Bloody, he wrote it down wrong, didn't he, sir?
Steady on, Q. Come on.
Now, where were we?
Bayonet frogs, 600.
2 brandy, proud of you. Holland?
Thank you very much. Dhanyavad. Well, I was, or thought I was, a Hindu for almost 7 years. It's almost a lifetime to a child. But now I'm an outcast. My touch, even my shadow defiles them.
And that's not the case with Muslims?
Well, no, it isn't, but all the time we were hunting Nalasa Khan, when I lived and fought and thought as one of them. I don't really believe they ever forgot that I was a sahib. The trouble is, I can't really see myself as being a sahib. I suppose I'm what the Foreign Office might call a stateless person. A citizen of no man's land.
A paradise of fools to few unknown. Limbo, according to Milton.
Oh, yes. I don't know about the paradise, though, Wally. They do have some interesting...
Pretty thick with one another, those two.
Inseparable.
Unnaturally so. Good Lord, you don't mean to suggest... It's not unknown, is it? Well, yes, but dash it, you don't expect that sort of thing in your own brigade. Personally, I've been inclined to keep an eye on them.
बहुत खूबसूरत है.
Do you know what she's saying?
मेरा
My beloved's face is very handsome. God makes such faces rarely.
बहुत खूबसूरत है मेरा सनम. बहुत खूबसूरत है मेरा सनम. बहुत खूबसूरत है मेरा सनम. बहुत खूबसूरत है मेरा सनम
General Salute! Present! Up!
Sorry, Ashok.
It was good of you to come.
Ah, and you also. For have we both not ridden halfway?
Sit, sit.
Well, do you think there will be another Afghan war?
Ah, there is much talk which is above my head. But the officer sahib seem to think it likely.
Well, I hope to God we do better than the first.
That is as Allah wills. All I know is that we of the guides will fight bravely.
Yes, I'm sure you'll cover yourselves with glory.
And that is what grieves me, that you will not be there to share our glory. Now, how much longer do they mean to keep you tied to a desk? Soon it will be 3 years since you were with the Corps. It is time you came home to us.
Yes, well, unfortunately, the damned authorities don't seem to agree. Sorry.
Ciao.
What's the matter with you?
I'm dying.
Dying?
I've had prickly heat, sandfly fever, dysentery and dengue. And now I've finally succumbed to heat stroke. And to cap it all, if that's the phrase, I've got a boil on my bottom.
Gulbaz? Fetch Hamilton Sahib's bearer, will you? To get him up and get him dressed.
I don't think you could have heard.
Come on, buck up. Best thing for a boil on the bum is a trip to Kashmir. Have you heard of the Far Pavilions, Wally?
No, I can't say I have.
It's the highest mountain in the range that you can see from Gulkot. A great crown of snow peaks. I used to say my prayers to them. Silly, isn't it?
Have you read Aurora Lee?
No.
Earth's crammed with heaven, and every common bush afire with God. But only he who sees takes off his shoes. You took off yours, that's all. How'd you get that scar, Ash?
I was branded.
What?
With the end of a pistol barrel.
My God.
Courtesy of one Bijou Ram, nicknamed the Scorpion. He took particular pleasure in tormenting me as a child. Actually, I was lucky he didn't kill me for laying hands on my princely employer.
Why?
He'd been baiting my pet mongoose, so when it finally bit him, he had it destroyed. I went quite mad, so...
Sounds like a charming sort of fellow.
Well, after that, things went from bad to worse. In fact, apart from Sita, there were only 2 people who made my life bearable. Koda Dad was one of them.
The Patan master of horse?
Hmm.
Who was the other one?
It was Lalji's sister, Anjuli Bai. She was a funny little object. Of mixed blood. Her mother was half Russian. I didn't know that then, of course, but perhaps that's what brought us together. It's odd. I haven't thought about it for years.
On the night I escaped from Gulkot, she gave me her most precious possession as a luck charm. I had nothing whatsoever to give her. So in a flash of inspiration, I broke it in 2, gave her half, and I still carry mine around. Sheer superstition, really.
God knows where she is now.
Jenny Bye. The gods be thanked that I have found you.
What is it, Uncle?
It is Sushila. She needs you. Come quickly.
Oh, be quiet, Sushila.
No, I will not. I will not be quiet.
Oh, shut up, Shushu. If you go on like that, you'll ruin your looks, and no one will ever want to marry you.
Help me, Julie.
What have you done to her?
I simply told her that I'm arranging a marriage for her to one of the richest rulers in all Rajputana, the Rana of Pittor.
He is old. He is as old as the hills, I tell you.
All the more reason for you to respect him.
But he'll die. He's bound to die before I do. And then I shall have to become Sati.
Have you not been brought up for that? Did our own mother not join our father's body on the funeral pyre? What more fitting end for a ruler's widow?
Don't let him do this to me, Julie. Please don't let him do this.
You know the idea of Sati has always terrified her.
She'll do as she's told.
No, I will not. I will not.
Shushu, you must obey Nandu.
No.
Let me go with her.
As what? As her serving woman? Don't be ridiculous. You may only be our half-sister, but you're still a princess and the daughter of a Raja.
I will not go without her. Julie, promise me you'll come with me. Promise me.
I give you my word. I will stay with you always, Shushu.
Oh, very well. Then I'll just have to marry you as well, Anjuli. See to it, Kakajiro.
Highness, the emissaries from Vittor would never agree to such an arrangement.
Oh, they will, if we make it worth their while. Now take her away before I lose all patience with her. Double wedding? Now you must let me accompany the wedding procession, especially as you say, affairs of state prevent you from doing so. No. Why not? I did not become Maharaja by arguing with children, least of all my younger brother. No. You did it by arranging accidents for all your rivals. That will do. I've told you before, and I'm telling you once more. You will not accompany the wedding procession. I hate you! Go! All of you! Go, I say! Vijuram? Was I convincing with the boy?
Very, Your Highness.
As convincing as when I publicly banished you?
If possible, even more so.
Then I could hardly be blamed if he were to disobey me and meet with an accident, could I?
Your Highness need have no fears on that score.
2 whiskies, please.
God, this place is so boring.
What, the club or Pindi?
Both.
I don't know. I had a cracking good day. Colour enzyme, no less. Of course, it's not real soldiering. Still, I can't wait to get into the guides, Ash.
Nor can I.
One finds that sort of racial snobbery extraordinarily offensive. All you Anglo-Indians get on admirably with your inferiors, enjoy the company of your betters, but you don't seem to care to make friends with Indians of your own class.
May one ask, sir, how many years you've spent here?
I'd stash it if I were you.
Well, you're not.
The answer to your question, my dear sir, is none. One is merely a visitor.
On one's first visit, evidently.
A circumstance which allows for the fresh eye and the open mind.
You can't have seen or understood much if you think it's just a case of us cold-shouldering them. What makes you think they want anything to do with us?
After all, we are...
What? They're conquerors? You mean as members of a subject race, they should be thankful if we condescend to visit them in their homes?
I said and meant nothing of the sort. You've no right to put words into my mouth, sir.
If I do you an injustice, sir, I apologize.
Leave it there, for pity's sake.
I just wish people like him were capable of seeing it from the Indian point of view.
Bloody man. Insufferable young pup.
In what way, sir?
Well, imagine your England being a conquered territory. A colony in which Indians hold every post of any real authority, with an Indian governor-general and council proclaiming and enforcing laws which are completely alien to your way of life and thought. Indians running the public services, garrisoning your country, and silencing any protest with brute force. And don't forget, sir, the last of those protests was less than 20 years ago. In the circumstances, sir, would you be keen to get on close and friendly terms with your Indian rulers? God almighty. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
So there.
Rather an unorthodox view. Extraordinary young man. I do apologize, sir. Damn bad form. Bloody cheek and bloody bad manners. Committee ought to force the young sweep to apologize or get out the club. The committee can look after itself. Oh, crikey, you chaps. Give a man a shot. Paulson's a pompous ass. Uh-huh. But no British officer has the right to say that sort of thing. Or even think it. Well, trite about England being conquered.
And by Indians, too. Putting ideas into people's heads, that is. And damn treasonable ideas, too.
Matraj! Shut! Stop arguing about! Now, come along. I think you can put your surplus energy to much better use. Come on!
Wakey, wakey! Bloody old Jane! Back again, that's right. What's he doing?
Black. Black.
Well, they started it, hang it all.
No, it was my fault. I shouldn't have gone off the deep end.
So, what are they going to do with us?
Well, this one's for you.
Bloody hell!
Commanded to inform you that you are to escort the wedding procession of the two sisters of His Highness, the Maharaja of Karadkot, to Rajputana to marry the Rana of Bitor. Karadkot's somewhere up in the north, isn't it? And Bitor's right down in the south. You could be gone for years, Ash.
Even you can't think I deserve this.
They need a linguist with a thorough knowledge of Hindu character and customs.
This takes me even further from the frontier.
That too.
A promoted captain.
Temporarily.
That small consolation for having to be a combination of sheepdog, supply officer, and nursemaid to a parcel of squealing women and palace parasites. And in the polo season, too.
It could be a bit of a lark, though.
Well, it looks as though you'll have to find someone else to share your bungalow.
That won't be necessary. I'm taking Hamilton back to Madan with me to be interviewed by the CO as a potential guides officer.
Well, now I know there's no justice. Don't expect me to wish you luck. You don't bloody well need it. If he has any sense, which he has, the old man will jump at the chance of having you.
Hallelujah!
Shut up, Wally.
कतार में जल्दी करो जल्दी
ठीक नहीं है मेरा सर दुख रहा है मुझे और मेरी बहन को रथ में जाना है
What is the matter, Rao Sahib?
The Princess Sushila is complaining that the swaying of the howdahs is making her unwell. I've tried to reason with her, but she insists that the Rajkumaris are immediately transferred to her carriage.
Very well. Oh, Murat, idhar lao. Jaldi, jaldi, jaldi.
Julus Maktizam. Asbab Zimao Kiye.
हाँ पलम साहब
Father.
So, you have not forgotten me, my son.
What are you doing here?
Am I not master of horse?
But of Gulcote, not Karidcote.
They are become one and the same. The new Raja annexed the nearby state of Karida and was granted title as Maharaja of the combined state of Karidkot.
By the new Raja, you mean Prince Lalji?
Oh, no. Your former master is dead.
Poor devil. I was afraid they'd get to him in the end. In that case, who did succeed?
Prince Nandu, the son of the old Raja's third wife.
Then who are the princesses?
The senior bride, in fact, the younger, is the Princess Shushila, full sister to Nandu.
And the other?
When you were a young child with us, she, even younger, used to follow you with adoring eyes.
Anjuli!
How did you not know these things, my son?
I suppose I was too annoyed by this posting to take the trouble to find out. Tell me, Father, are there any others in this party who might remember the boy Ashok?
None who would recognize him. For you are much changed, and the Burra Sahib.
Then, as a Burra Sahib, I'd better take up my command. Come.
Have a care, for if you are discovered, Nandu will surely give orders that you get killed. And Biju Ram is still alive.
Captain Ashton, Pelham-Martyn at your service.
Greetings. I am Mulraj, commander of the state forces of Karidkot. Permit me to present the Rao Sahib, uncle to the two princesses, Sushila and Anjuli.
Your servant, Rao Sahib.
Greetings, Pelham Sahib. We are happy you are with us on the journey to Pitor.
unharmed, Highness.
Well done. None but the Sahib would dare to lay hands on their highnesses as you did. Had they been killed, who knows what vengeance their brother, the Maharaja Nandu, would have taken on us. I owe you my life, I think.
You gave me mine when I was a child, Father.
जल्दी जल्दी इधर आओ तुम तो उधर क्या कर रहे हो इधर आओ कहां से जा रहे हो तुम हाथी को बाहर लेके आओ और तुम क्या कर रहे हो कहां से जा रहे हो
Shabash! Good. Now perhaps you can help me get the circus into some kind of order.
Very well.
Right. Horse lines here. Camels and bullocks here. Elephant lines there. Durbar tent here, princesses here and here. Rao Sahib there. My tent there. साफ करो Well, have you inspected tomorrow's route?
Yes, and in spite of today's incident, I'm happy with it, but we're not moving tomorrow.
Why not?
The senior bride will not countenance it. In fact, she has just sent word that she's suffering from shock and sickness. She flatly refuses to move anywhere for at least 2 more days.
Princess or not, she throws her weight about a bit, doesn't she?
Still, it's not such a tiresome decision as it might have been. Food stocks are high, and we have ample water from the river.
Beholder, Amjad.
Pelham Sahib.
Good afternoon, Rao Sahib.
I trust you have recovered from your exertions.
More so, I gather, than the Rajkumaris.
Between ourselves, the Princess Sushila is still indulging herself somewhat. Nevertheless, she and her sister bid me to invite you to the Durbar tent this evening to receive their thanks.
It is an honor I cannot refuse. Namaskar. Namaskar.
My nieces are unveiled, as you see.
I am indeed honored.
This is because they owe their lives to you.
Oh, I wouldn't go as far as that.
But for you, they would be dead. This very day, their pyres would have been lit, the river would have received their ashes, and tomorrow we would be returning home in shame and disgrace. We have much to thank you for, Pelham Sahib. And from now, you are as a brother to the Rajkumaris.
Then I am more than honored.
But I must insist there was no real danger.
Modesty is a virtue to be prized above valor, and it is plain that Pelham-Martyn possesses both in full measure. We will eat with you.
It is a singular mark of favor.
I hope you're not too displeased with me for feeling unable to continue with the march tomorrow.
No. You had a nasty shock. Both of you. Besides, I can think of worse places to pass a couple of days. I noticed Blackbuck as well as Chinkara out in the plain. It will be pleasant to spend a day or two shooting whilst your highnesses recover.
Or hawking.
Better still.
Oh, yes. Then we could go too. Could we not, Julie?
If our uncle agrees.
It would not be seemly.
But if we put our minds to it, surely there must be some way of arranging things so that Julie and I do not have to observe strict parda.
Don't look at me, Your Highness. It would be more than my life's worth to express an opinion on such a matter.
It would not be seemly.
But why not?
Anjuli's wrists may be strong enough. Yours are not.
Then I shall watch.
It is not seemly. You young people may be able to do without your sleep, but I cannot.
It has been a very pleasant evening, Rao Sahib. Namaskar.
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 Your Highness has dropped something. This must be yours, I think.
Shukr Sahib. Yes, it is mine.
We must have some more parties.
Yes, indeed, Your Highness. Who is it? What do you want?
No harm, Sahib. A word only.
Well, speak then. I'm listening.
The Rajkumari, my mistress Anjuli, she prays that you would tell her from whom you received a certain piece of mother of pearl.
I cannot help the Rajkumari. Tell her that I am sorry, but I know nothing.
Sahib, I beg of you.
You'd better come in. I'm greatly honored, Your Highness, but is this wise?
If it is for yourself that you are afraid, you have no cause to be. For I sleep alone, and therefore no one will miss me. And if I feared for myself, I would not be here.
Yes, I am afraid. And if you are not, you should be. This touches on your honor. And I have no desire to get a knife between my ribs. So go and go quickly, please, before we are discovered.
Tell me what I ask, and I will trouble you no more, I swear it.
What is it you want to know?
What you gave me is the half of a luck charm that once, long ago, I myself gave.
So you are afraid after all. Before I answer your questions, I would like to know who else you would tell.
I do not understand.
Are there no others who might wish to know about this friend of yours?
One who befriended him, Koda Dad. But I will not tell him if that is your wish.
What about his enemies?
Most of them are dead. There is a man called Bijou Ram, but he is out of favor with Nandu. Besides, he will have forgotten my friend, as has everyone else.
Except yourself?
Then you see, he was a brother to me. A true brother, as my own was not. And I do not remember my mother. She fell out of favor before she died. She was of Russian blood. I was called the half-caste. Even the servants knew they need not treat me well. Had it not been for Ashok and his mother, I should have been friendless indeed. And you cannot know what their kindness meant to the child that I was. I had no one else to love. And when they went away, I thought that I should die of grief and loneliness. They had to go. But I could not believe that they would send me no word. Or that Ashok would not come back. You see, he promised.
Do you not know me, Julie?
What do you mean?
Do you not recognize your Ashok?
It is not kind to make game of me, sire.
I'm not. Have I changed so much?
But you are a Sahib. An Angrezi Sahib. How could you be Ashok? He was the son of one of my waiting women.
So I always thought. But it was not so. In every way that mattered, Sita had been my mother for 11 years. But she was not my real mother. I am a Sahib. I was Ashok. If you do not believe me, ask Koda Dad. Lala.
Ashok.
Don't cry, Julie. There isn't anything to cry about. Goodbye. It's all right. I'm here. I have come back. क्या हो रहा है गुलजार?
पता नहीं साहब।
जल्दी जल्दी इधर आओ इधर आओ इधर क्या कर रहे हो इधर आओ
Pelham sahib.
What's going on, Muraj?
The Maharaja's younger brother has arrived, Prince Jyoti.
Bloody hell.
I trust our early arrival did not disturb you, Sahib.
Not at all, Your Highness. Though it was an unexpected pleasure.
Oh, that's my brother. He would do anything to stop me enjoying myself. And he knew how much I wanted to accompany my sisters to Bithor. So, of course, he said I could not go, just to spite me. But we tricked him finally. Did we not, Bijou Ram?
We did indeed, Your Highness.
Imagine Shushu coming hawking with us. I think girls are silly, don't you?
Not all of them. Well, at least, not all of the time.
Fancy having to marry one.
A precocious child. But he can ride like a Rajput.
Jaldi. Chalo, chalo.
Forgive me, Rao Sahib, but I don't like the look of His Highness's girth.
Hey, my.
What is it that troubles you, Pelham-Martyn?
Nothing of any importance.
No? Now, by the signs, I would have said that you had left your heart in Rawalpindi. For it is thus that young men look and speak and sigh when they think of their beloved.
You are too acute, Rao Sahib.
Ah, but then, I too was young once. Although to look at me now, you might not believe that.
Hey!
Did you never marry?
Chalo, chalo.
Assuredly, when I was considerably younger than you. But my wife died of the cholera, having given me 2 daughters.
You should have married again.
So my friends told me, and all my family. But I was in no hurry to add another woman to a household which seemed to me to be overfull of them. And then later, much later, I fell in love.
Well, you make it sound like a misfortune.
For me it was. For she was not of my caste, and she was of mixed blood. And while I hesitated, her father gave her in marriage to someone who did not care so much about such matters as I. And afterwards, I could not find another woman to take her place.
You are speaking, I think, of the Princess Anjuli's mother.
Now it is you who are too acute, Pelham-Martyn. Indeed, that is why Anjuli is the daughter of my heart. And why I could never bring myself to marry again. Which is probably just as well, because women cause a great deal of trouble and distress. And when one is as old as I am, one wants peace and quiet.
And leisure to go hawking.
True. Very true. And with age, one's skill in both pursuits grows somewhat less. Now let me see how you are progressing.
At hawking.
At hawking, Pelham-Martyn.
Chalo, chalo, chalo.
You dare. I thought you were my friend, but you're as bad as all the others. Do not do this, do not do that. Take care.
My prince, I beg of you.
No, I will go, and I will go alone.
I cannot overrule you, your highness. But at least do not ride Bulbul. He's fresh and you might fall.
Fall? I've never fallen off a horse in my life. Come on.
Prince Jyoti's gone out riding alone. I think we better keep an eye on him. Fetch Raj.
Well, he knows what he's doing. And here we are behaving like a load of nursemaids.
बेफिक्र रहिए, राजा साहब हम आ रहे हैं। जिंदगी।
Help me!
राजा साहब! Hang on! राजा साहब!
बुलबुल! Help me!
बेफिक्र रहिए, हम आ रहे हैं। हम आपके पीछे हैं, राजा साहब। Hang on!
बुलबुल, stop! Please! रोको!
हम आ रहे हैं। ले जाइए।
Please stop!
राजा साहब।
He is awake. Allah be praised, he's in his right mind again.
For heaven's sake, give me something to drink.
You've cracked 2 ribs and dislocated a wrist.
And you can be truly thankful that Rao Sahib's own Hakim, Gobind Das, was at hand to tend to you, instead of some religious faith healer.
How's Prince Jyoti?
He's unharmed. His only concern is for you.
How is the Pelham Sahib?
The Hakim tends him well, Your Highness. And I'm to return in the morning.
Then you must bring me news of his progress.
Yes, Your Highness.
Do not disturb yourself, my son.
Cardinal?
He had broken both his forelegs. I had to shoot him. There was nothing else I could do.
No, of course. He was a good horse. I shall miss him.
I must tell you it was no accident. Look here. The girth from the prince's horse. The stitches were cut so that if the horse bolted, a sudden strain and it would break.
But why should the horse bolt?
Because of this. The double thorn from the kika tree. It was stuck under the lining of the saddle. His Highness released his hawk, plumped back into the saddle, and it was driven home.
Then someone is trying to kill Jyoti. Then who the devil is it?
This we shall have to find out. You must rest now, my son. The Princess Anjuli has commanded the Daigita to be your nurse. She and the Hakim will be here tomorrow.
मेरा तो खत्म हो गया है। अच्छा ठीक।
आप जल्दी अच्छे हो जाएंगे पेलहम साहिब।
अच्छा गीता, धन्यवाद. Their Highnesses and Prince Choti are following your progress with great concern, Pelham Sahib. Dhanyavad, Hakim Sahib.
It is not without irony that Choti should have had a riding accident. He is a much better horseman than his brother, the Maharaja. In fact, that was one of the reasons why Nandu was so jealous of him.
Jealous enough to try and do away with him?
That is unthinkable, Pelham Sahib.
Is it?
I wish you a very speedy recovery.
Thank you, Rao Sahib.
That Pelham Sahib is making such excellent progress.
Indeed, Your Highness. We all rejoice at the speed of his recovery.
Tell me, was it your idea to defy your brother and join the wedding procession?
Yes and no.
Now, what does that mean?
It was my idea, yes. But I could never have carried it out without the help of Bijuram.
I am eternally grateful to you, Pelham Sahib. I am out of favor with His Highness the Maharaja as it is. Had any harm come to Prince Jyoti, my fate would have been sealed.
I suppose Bijou Ram being out of favor with the Maharaja is genuine. If it isn't, it would be the perfect way to show that there was no complicity between them should any accident befall Prince Jyoti.
Bijou Ram, as you of all people should know, is not called the Scorpion for nothing.
I feel a perfect fool being taken to see their highnesses like this.
The change will do you much good. Chalo.
That is most interesting, Pelham Sahib.
And when the hunting is done, they hold what they call the hunt ball.
You mean men and women dance together?
Yes, indeed.
Actually clasping each other?
Like so?
And moving together in time to the music. I wonder what Hanumanji would have made of it.
Imagine jumping about like that.
In the middle of a pea soup fog.
Children. Most unseemly.
I need no treatment tonight, Gita. I don't need you, I say.
But you told me to come.
Julie.
You spoke of Hanumanji. That was always how we summoned each other.
You remembered.
Once you and your mother had gone, I had little else to do but remember.
You shouldn't have come. It's too dangerous.
Then why did you ask me?
I didn't think you would. I thought you were angry with me
I was.
for behaving like a sahib.
And because you'd not thought of me for all these years, well, I
know. I'm sorry, Julie.
But then you were injured. I made Gita bring me with her, more than once. I sat outside in the darkness while she tended you.
Why?
Supposed to hear your voice, so that I could be sure that you were really who you said you were.
Let me turn the lamp up so I can look at you.
No, that would indeed be dangerous. Very foolish, too. For if anyone were to see us now, they'd only think that I was Gita. Besides, it is better to talk thus in the dark. I can make believe to be Ashton and Anjuli again, and not Pelham-Martyn, who was an Angrezi, or the Rajkumari Anjuli Bai, who was to be...
Don't. Not now, Lala, don't. It seems we're in the middle of another intrigue, you and I. Jyoti's horse bolted because someone had frayed his girth and planted a thorn beneath the saddle.
It must be by Nandu's orders.
You mustn't come here again. It's too dangerous.
Are you afraid that Gita will talk? She won't, I promise.
That's not the point, and you know it. What would you say if you were discovered here?
Why, that I was visiting my honorary brother. My poor, sick, honorary brother.
I'm not your brother, and you're a grown woman. It's suicide for you to enter my tent alone. You must know that.
Not if I say what I just told you. I'll be scolded and forbidden to come again, but that's all.
It may be all for you. As a man, I can't claim I see no harm in entertaining your highness in the privacy of my tent and by night.
But then you are not a man.
What the devil do you mean?
When you are well again, it will be different. But look at you, all trussed up like an old hen. You could hardly be suspected of doing any harm to my virtue, even if you wanted to. It is Gita. She's warning us.
May I enter, Pelham-Martyn?
Yes, you may come in.
Greetings. I see that thy Gita still tends you. I trust you improve.
Yes, but it's a slow business.
Who was that with her, may I ask?
One of the serving women, I imagine.
Ah, very probably. Well, good night to you, Pelham-Martyn.
A moment. It has come to my attention that His Highness Prince Jyoti's accident was in fact an attempt on his life.
I am shocked beyond words. How can I be of assistance?
In this way, should anything else befall the prince, I shall hold you personally responsible.
But, Sahib, what possible justification can you have for taking such an attitude?
None at all. That's just the way it's going to be. If he dies, you die.
Forget childhood dreams. The Hindu boy from Gulkote is dead. In his place, there is a Sahib.
I have learned to become one.
An officer Sahib of the Guides. You cannot alter that.
Yet I am still Ashok, and I cannot alter that. I was a child of this land for my first 11 years, and I'm tied to it by something just as strong as blood. I shall always be two people in one skin, which is not a very comfortable thing to be.
I understand that. But you will find it easier to separate the two and do not try to be both at the same time. And someday, who knows, you may discover within you a third person who is neither Ashok nor Pelham Sahib, but someone whole and complete. Yourself.
Pelham Sahib or Ashok. I love her.
You can do nothing about it.
We could elope.
That would set every man's hand against you, and rightly. For it would be a shameless and dishonorable betrayal that insulted Bitor and brought black disgrace on both Karit and the British Raj. Are you even sure that the Princess Anjuli will join you in such a venture?
She loves me. I know it.
The question then is whether you truly love her.
Do you doubt it, Father?
I do not doubt your heart, my son. But you are choosing certain death or exile. Is that what you truly wish for her whom you say you love?
I am glad you're better. My sisters are really boring. Anjuli bit my head off today. And as for Shushu, she won't eat. She's got a permanent headache. And if she goes on like this, she'll be dead before she gets to Bitor. She's beginning to look like a monkey as it is. All lies.
Well, they do spend a lot of their time cooped up on this journey. Perhaps we should organize some evening rides to help blow the cobwebs away.
My uncle would never agree to it.
We'll see.
How did you manage it?
By giving Kakaji long enough for him to think it was his own idea.
I was watched leaving your tent the other night.
Yes, I know.
You were right. We'll have to be careful.
Well, that's the beauty of these evening rides. We can talk in full view of everybody. I had to see you again. Why do you put up with Shushila's tantrums?
She loves me. Oh, it's not a very noble kind of love. It's selfish, fickle, and demanding. But it is love. You see, I'm the only constant in her life. To begin with, she was shamefully treated by her mother.
I don't suppose Nandu had much time for her either.
No, but the one thing she respects is strength, and he showed that in plenty. In fact, they got on well enough until he arranged this marriage. Then she nearly drove us all mad.
Why?
Because the Rana's old. She's terrified of becoming sati. That was her mother's doing as well. From the age of 5, she was made to stir boiling rice with a little finger to teach her not to flinch from the fire.
God, this country disgusts me sometimes. Anyway, she needn't worry. Sati's forbidden by law now.
An English law. Do you think you only have to pass a law for a tradition to die? Sati won't cease until our women refuse to submit to it. Shushu will never refuse. She's terrified of it, yet to her, it is the inescapable duty of a royal widow.
It will be your duty, too.
I faced that when I realized she wouldn't go to Bator without me.
How could your own brother marry you both off to someone so much older?
Because the Rana of Bator is of superior lineage. Besides, the double wedding worked out rather cheaper for our brother than 2 separate ones.
The cold-hearted bastard.
He will pay for his evil deeds in his next life. Perhaps for many lives afterwards.
चलो मेरे घोड़े चलो
Very good, Your Highness.
अरे चलो ना हाँ there you see
Quite good, Shushu. You're improving. Isn't she, Bijura?
What are you thinking of?
Durkheim.
The Far Pavilions.
It's strange to think that I shall never see them again. Or you either once this journey is done.
My God. Come on, Julie, quick! Follow me!
Now, Sahib, look! I'll take the princess!
Get the horses to a safe place. We will wait here for Pelham-Martyn and the Rajkumari.
Go as far as you can, Julie. Quickly. Julie? Julie, where are you? Julie?
Shock.
love me?
I have loved you all my life. From the very beginning.
As a brother?
If I loved you first as a brother, it was not a brother that I waited for as I grew up and became a woman. And this you do not know. When you rescued me from the carriage and held me in your arms, I could not breathe for the beating of my heart. And I was ashamed because I thought you were a stranger. And yet something in my blood rejoiced to be held so. Oh, my love. Love me. Love me now.
I never meant this to happen.
I did.
When, Lala?
A long time ago. You think me shameless. But I knew from the beginning that I should have to submit to the Rana. That he should be the first. It was this that I could not endure. Having known it, I can endure the lust and the shame.
My heart's love. My foolish love. Do you think I would let you go? Now? This is the miracle I've been praying for. As soon as the storm dies down, we'll ride on. When they don't find us, they'll assume we are lying dead, buried in some sand drift among the hills. They can't search them all. They'll give up after a day or two and go on to Bitor.
No, Ashok, do not say any more. Please do not. For I cannot leave Shushila. She loves me and she needs me.
I love you. And I need you.
But I promised I would stay with her. And I cannot break my word.
Do you care so much more for her than you do for me?
I love you more than life. Beyond anything or anyone else. But Shusha is not strong as you and I are. And if I'm not there to give her courage and to comfort her, she will die from fear and loneliness.
She's a selfish and demanding little bitch. We cannot live without each other.
I am not blind to her faults, but I will not harm her. If I did, how could you love me? Knowing that I, too, was selfish as well as faithless. Yes, and cruel, too, for I should be all those things if I were to sacrifice my sister for my own happiness.
And my happiness? Does that not matter? I love you. can't go through with this. The Rana will find out you're not a virgin the moment he begs you.
If I did not know that I could deceive the Rana when the time came, I would never have taken you for my lover.
I suppose you've also thought what may happen to the child if you conceive?
If the gods grant me your child, I will not fail him. That I swear to you. I will see to it that he grows to be a prince we can be proud of.
Promise me if you have our child, you'll come to me. Can't you understand what it will be like for me to know that my child is the property of another man to do with as he pleases? To sell in marriage to whomever he chooses, as you and your sister have been?
You will have other children.
Never.
Can you tell me that until this night you have never lain with another woman? No, I did not think that I was the first. For I know that men are careless of their seed. And you will lie with other women. And it may be father other children without knowing or caring. But I, if I should conceive, will know and care. I shall carry our child in my body for months, and at the end risk death and endure pain to give it life. If I pay that price, surely you could not begrudge our child to me. You could not. It's time we returned.
Rocco. Kerry Bai, I was worried about you. Where have you been?
We found shelter in a cave, Uncle.
Oh, I see. Well, we must say that all three of us were together this past night. For you are about to be wedded, and it is not seemly for a bride to go apart with any man, even if he be a sahib. Now get into the carriage, my child. Should anyone inquire, we shall say that the Sahib and the Rajkumari returned shortly after the storm struck, that she took refuge in the carriage, and we three men lay beneath it. You agree?
Very well, Rao Sahib.
Rao Sahib, is everything all right?
The gods be thanked, yes, and the Rajkumari is safe in the carriage.
Shoo, they're back. What happened to you, Pelham-Sahib?
We returned only moments after the storm struck, Your Highness.
The Rajkumari took refuge in the carriage, and we three sheltered under it.
Julie. Julie, you were so lucky to be out of it and safe in the carriage.
Yes, indeed, it was most unpleasant.
You have no idea how exciting it was. The tent flapped and flapped and the dust came pouring into it.
Rao Sahib, if you will excuse me.
I made Shushu get under my charpoy and covered it with shawls because she howled and screamed and said the tent would fall and suffocate us.
Pelham-Sahib?
Yes, Kuldas.
The Rajkumari Anjuli Bai trusts that you will enjoy these oranges.
loved you all my life. From the very beginning.
Forget childhood dreams. The Hindu boy from Gulkote is dead. In his place there is a Sahib.
I shall always be two people in one skin, which is not a very comfortable thing to be.
Why, that I was visiting my honorary brother. My poor, sick, honorary brother.
I'm not your brother.
I love you more than life. Beyond anything or anyone else.
Question then whether you truly love her.
I would have sacrificed my sister for my own happiness. I cannot betray her. Now I have known love, and having known it, I can endure the lust and the shame.
Pelham Sahib or Ashok, I love you.
You can do nothing about it.
Say!
Pelham, Saab. What are you doing here?
What the devil are you doing, taking pot shots at me?
In the moonlight, I mistook you for a black buck.
Where did you get my rifle?
Oh, I can explain that, Saab. My servant came to confess to me that he'd stolen a sporting rifle from your tent. He was terrified of discovery. In truth, I was overindulgent. The fellow has served me well in his way. So I undertook to return the rifle to you. But before doing so, I thought it best to test it, to make sure that it was undamaged. Unfortunately.
You always were a good liar.
On my heart, I swear it.
There is a proverb from the Northwest which says, a snake, a scorpion, and a chinois have no heart to tame. I have a better explanation. You were trying to kill me using my rifle so that you could make it look like one of your accidents.
I? But you have been misled by someone who wishes to ruin me. I demand to know who it is.
His name is Ashok.
You have been deceived. That boy died many years ago.
If the men you sent to hunt him down told you so, they lied. I am Ashok, Bijtuji. I accuse you not only of the attempted murder of Prince Jyoti, but of hastening the death of my mother, Sita, by hounding us back and forth across the state until she died of exhaustion.
Your mother? But you're a Saab.
And I am Ashok.
Saab. Forgive me.
You bastard.
The knife! Poison!
Cobra, would you say?
Clearly, he cut himself in an attempt to prevent the creature's venom reaching his heart.
Yes, indeed. And he must be cremated with due ceremony.
And tomorrow his remains shall be carefully collected and taken to be thrown into the sacred waters of Mother Ganga.
And as there are none of his relatives here, his friends must take it upon themselves to perform this pious duty. Therefore, I command Pran, Mohan, and Sen Gupta to go together with their servants and those of Bijura.
It is only proper.
Do you suppose Rao Sahib shared our suspicions?
He has certainly used Bijuram's death to rid the camp of all his supporters.
I, for one, salute him for it.
And I salute you, Sahib. I found this by chance, within 10 paces of the body.
I must have lost it when we inspected the site.
Perhaps. Though, had I been asked, I would have said that you wore a grey shirt with horn buttons that morning. But no matter.
There is, in a way, a certain justice in the fact that the double thorn from the kika tree leaves a mark like the bite of a cobra.
We have no more problems.
At least until we get to Bitor.